At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. For some, the final chapter of the season. For others, a final week before the playoffs. And we're off in Week 18. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Slot receiver headed left. 2nd and 6 now. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. This is brought in at the 15. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a 6-0 lead right away. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Now they send their back in motion right. First play, Fields letting it rip. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating an offense now behind the chains. That's exactly how you're looking to start.
Trying again following the sack. Throw secured by George Pickett. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Don't jump. Ready?
Pickens motioning left. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's tackled for a short gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go. All right.
Right up the gut. Room to run inside the 20. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers finish off their opening drive. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group. All 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front. Receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Ready up. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Third and long for him here. Finds the in route complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. So as they face 4th down, on comes Corey Bajorquez to kick. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Begins his return at the 16. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Steelers will take over possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Hey, Ken. Go.
Here's a give. Fullback headed up the gut. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Here we go. Right.
Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Here we go. We're good. Tonight.
Here's the handoff. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go. Set high.
They give it to him again. Juke the defender. And he'll get it up to the 44. That one gains 7. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Here we go, set. Easy, easy, easy. Hey, Ken. Set.
Going to the ground again on first. Past midfield to the 45. At the 20. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers break the tie here in the first. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Setting up the running back screen. And he's brought down for a loss. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. It's a 14-7 game. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They start out with a 3rd and 9. Throwing from the gun here. He's throwing deep to the left. Wide open down the field, and he has it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets tie things up at 14. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Easy, easy, easy. Sit tight.
Lone back gets the handoff. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Out, let's go. Right.
Another carry for him. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He's drawing in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Here we go. Hey, never mind. Monday. Angel. Go.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. They connect on the deep shot. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 35 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
Here we go, son. Right.
Fields out of the gun. Hits his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here we go. Right.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Strong running inside the 30. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Here we go, son. Right.
Hand off to the back. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. That holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out.
Don't jump. Ready? Chip slant. Hey, 551. Right.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Running back sent in motion. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. 4 yards there, but still a lot of digging left to do. It's 3rd and really long.
You know, Kate, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
Here we go.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here.
Up, hurry up. Right. Right.
Fields throwing here. Completed here to McCaffrey. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The Jets take their 1st time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. So the Steelers turning things over to the field goal unit. This is from 35 out on the left hash. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And this stays tied here in the second.
You would think the kickers should be automatic from anything inside of 40 yards, but I guess that could serve as a little gentle reminder you can never take any kick for granted. So many things have to go right each time for it to be up and good.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Second and 3 now. From the 32. It is Cup left side. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Ball on the 45, first and 10.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They'll throw it again. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So they're left facing third and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Timeout taken by New York. That's its second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. Throwing now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So that brings up fourth and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And a well-placed kick here. Not quite on the goal line, but they're pinned deep at their own 10. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Hey, Ken. Here we go, son. All right.
Trying the right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up second and 6.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Here we go.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Go.
Handoff now to the receiver. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
Here we go. Good.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. They bring Collins in motion right. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on fourth down.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Now on fourth down, A.J. Cole headed out to handle the punt. And this is the first time he's been called on today. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Returning it from the 4. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Tonight.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You want to become the quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Sit up. Sit up.
First down throw for Fields. Completed here to Pickens. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go. Right.
Fields on first down. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a pickup of 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Here we go. Right.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Escapes a defender. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Here we go, son. Right.
On first and 10, it's Fields. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So second down coming up.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Here we go. Go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Right.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Complete beyond the marker. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. The Steelers calling their first time out, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Wilson's got it. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Move the chain! Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They'll run here. It's Hall. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. It's a gain of 1 on 1st and goal. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Throwing here on 2nd and a handful. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
On the move, headed right. This throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You feel it. All right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield and the big play follows. In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready? Tonight.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Here we go. Tonight.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it about 70 yards on that run. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now he...
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go.
They kick the running back in motion. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
The Steelers set to punt it. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. He gets it away, but nothing on that one. Oh, this is awful. Headed towards the sideline.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From midfield now. Complete out to the right side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Wilson, the receiver, in motion left. Here's 2nd and 5. That one's complete, right side. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They're set up at the 35 now. Hall running between the tackles. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Second and 6 coming up here. Here's Hall once more. And they bring him down. Looks like he got into the 27. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Back to throw it. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
He goes back to him yet again. Complete. Touchdown, New York. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, Ken. Here we go, Zach. Zach.
Fields out of the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
Here we go. West right, sit. Right.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. It's caught, Warren. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
West right.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steelers.
And they send a man in motion.
Right.
Here he is to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Into the hands of Cole. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Here we go. Right.
Third down. They're dialing up the touch pass here. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. The Jets take their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Here we go, son.
They'll run for this. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Not helping themselves with that penalty, and now lining up to try this 4th down.
Here we go. Medic.
Running back sent in motion.
Up. Hey, can. Tonight.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Here's a give up the middle. Still working past the 40. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. It's a gain of 22. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
So it's a road win for the Jets. And they snag some much-needed momentum to end the regular season as they start looking ahead to their wild card contest next week. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from Pittsburgh.